Hello everybody. I forgot to click on go live, so I've been talking to myself for the last 2 minutes. Yeah, no. Welcome to the stream. Where I'm always detail oriented, of course. Actually, can you guys hear me currently? That's a question. It'll take a few seconds for my off screen to actually tell me. Yeah, okay. Yeah. If I click on OBS, I do see myself. But my little deer isn't talking. What's happening, dear? Oh, it's not loud enough? Maybe it's not using the right microphone. Let me check. Yeti. There we go. Now we're talking. There we go. Perfect. All right. So, what to do? Got this nice scene going. I got myself some tools and a house, and I have the inventory system working. And last time, if I remember correctly, I put a little script on the slime so that it would wander around. Click on play right now. See if the VR stuff actually wakes up. There we go. Yeah. My little slime is moving around, but it is not jumping. Interesting. And I don't have any errors? That seems a bit weird. If I click on the animator, movement speed is being set to 0 over and over and over, apparently. Slime. Slime visuals, animator. Here we go. Yeah, it is going up and back down. So, what's with the animation not doing anything? Oh, maybe that's what I remember from the end of last session, that when I did a change on Blender, it kind of broke stuff. Okay, well, that's not important because we're going to put the slime aside for the moment. I woke up this morning with the thought that what I really want to do tonight is work on a system to be able to hit stuff. So in the anime, one of the first thing that the hero of the story does when she wakes up in this beautiful world is, check out the house, walk around a bit, and then eventually she goes over to town, or walks over to town. And as she is walking to town, she finds a slime along the road that attacks her, and then she hits it with like a dagger or something that she has at her hip. And I want to do that tonight. Just have a dagger that I can swing around and hit something with. I don't think I'll be using the slime. I may make like a training dummy just to be able to do all these tests on, because the slime is quite low to the ground. But that is the plan for tonight. So let's go back to our to-do list. And I think I had add bow, yeah, at some point. Add dagger. Dagger? Oh. This is a good start to a stream. I'm already pressing my keys backwards. Alright. Let's do a little thing like this and put visuals, which I don't think I'll get onto tonight. Hitting system. And like target dummy to train on. Cool. Let's do that. We'll start with just give ourselves something to work with. I'm not going to make them. What is this? Oh, I don't care. I'm not gonna make like a proper, you know, Blender model for this. Let's just keep it simple. Have a little cylinder. We'll have target dummy. And yeah, we'll get back to the lighting at some point. We'll have the cylinder in the target dummy, but first let's make sure it is set to 0, 0. And we're also going to put the cylinder on the target dummy. Set that to 0, 0. There we go. And something like that, I think. And we're also going to go ahead and reduce the size of it around. You know what? Let's, before I do that, have a 3D object. It'll be a cube. We'll put a cube there. Here, like that. And we're gonna put that to 0.2. 0.2. That might still be too big, so let's make this 0.1, 0.1. Here we go. And we're going to reduce the size to 0.6, let's say. Where is the bottom of this target dummy? It's down there. I'm gonna move this to around the hand position, and then the cube, we'll move this down. And this is way too big as well. So we're gonna go ahead and make this 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Just a little box to be able to target, be able to hit rather. Aim at? That's the word. Words are good. Put this down here. Just around our slime as such. And for now, we're going to leave this as it is. Next thing I'm going to want to do is create some sort of weapon. I think what I'm going to do is take the fish. Select the fish. I don't want to use the fish as a weapon. But, oops. I think I clicked too quickly. So fish select. There we go. Fish is here. Prefabs items. Yeah, we're going to make a new one. Fish 1. This is going to be nope, not deleted. This is going to be renamed to dagger. And once again, I'm not entirely certain that we have like a visual for the dagger. We'll take a quick look, I guess. If we already have something, then might as well, right? Inventory space, world space, here we go. And we're going to select this. Let's see what we have in here. Plate, pot, shield, shovel, sword. Oh, we have a sword. Axe, baton, cheese. Let's see what the sword is like. What are you talking about? Okay, I'm not sure what that's about. Cool. So, let us... 0. Oh. Okay, let's reset this. Is that really gonna keep, like, appearing every time I do something? Because that's not the best. Material no name. Is there something for... Oh my god, that's gonna drive me crazy. Okay. Sword maybe? Sword, trail, sword, no. Okay. Right, and there's 2 swords. There's one that's an LOD. We don't need the LOD. Oh boy. Okay, let's go back and see if we can not do that. So, we're going to go ahead and find our prefabs, inventory stuff, item, dagger. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to rename this. It's going to be a sword, apparently. Sword. And we're going to put the sword in our scene. Such. It can float for now. That's fine. Let's see if we save this and go in, if it still gives us the error. It might. It might. Yeah, it still does. Okay. Yeah. Is there something here I can use? Let's do check and changes. Yeah, is that a way to fix this issue? Perhaps? Let's find out. Alright, back to our sword. Give it a little rotation. Let's rotate that to 90. Move this up. Attach point, sword. Where's like 0, 0 in the world? I'm realizing. I put this to 0. Then the very tip of the mouth is actually 0 in the world. So I'm gonna put this here. And we're going to move this slightly. So we centered. There we go. And I no longer need the visuals to this, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it. I'll put a collider, mesh collider, right there. Make sure it is convex, as we found out the hard way. And then item space visuals, right. Got the item space visual here. It's a fish. Of course it is. All right, and we're going to duplicate this, put this into the item space. Children of a prefab instance cannot be deleted or moved. Oh, I took the wrong one, so here we go. We don't need that because we're going to, actually, you know what? I take that back. We're going to take the sizing. Then we're going to delete it. And then we're going to add this in. Find out, aha, it's gone there. Put this here. Center it as much as we can. It is way too big, even now. So let's put this to 0.04, maybe 0.04. 0.04. There we go. We're going to put ourselves in left view just so it's a little bit easier to center. Here we go. Here we go. We have a sword. Maybe 0.05. Five? No. 0.05. That's too big. Okay. 4.5? Sure. Let's just put this everywhere. There we go. And that should be okay. That should be okay. Alright, what else do we have? We have the orb. That is fine. It has a collider on it. This doesn't need a collider anymore. The little sword thing. Only the orb needs a collider. And then we have an attach point. I believe that's where you hold it from. Let's move this down to like here. And it has a wooden box sound. Interesting. What about one of these? Can I hear it? I would like to hear it. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. That'll be my sound for this sword. And we're just going to take a look at what's happening here. Okay. Let's see. Mesh collider fish. Remove that. Bigger collider. Oh, I see. Okay. So this is actually sword. Sword 1. and it is rotated. Okay. Let us... I did set this up. Trigger, sword, mesh collider. Let me see how I did this. Maybe I can move it onto another object. I'm not sure. There's a very real chance that I can't move it the way I set it up. Is it just a drop, pick from inventory, awake? Is an inventory. Wait, what does the trigger do? Is enabled equals false. True. It does something. Okay. In that case, we are going to remove that, do a box collider, is trigger, put ourselves in this mode here, size X here, size Y. I think that's good. And then size Z. Something like that. There we go. I can't actually remember what the trigger was for. So we're gonna just do this and hope for the best. I guess it's a good idea to test it out now, considering we're not sure what it does. All right, let me... For the VR... I can see there's at least like 2 people's in chat right, well, and watching the stream right now. How's your day? How are you doing? Okay, enjoying the whole November that we've had so far. Hope. Getting stuck in cables. Take off. Put headphones on the table. Put the VR headset on. Headphones back on. Hands. There we go. I'll set you guys to play maximize so you can see what's happening. Just make sure my hands do exist in VR. They do. Now we play. See what happens. There we go. We got our slime going around the ground. Hello, slime. Sword over here. If I can pick this up. Oh, I did pick it up. It's backwards, but I did pick it up. Does everything work for it? It seems like it. Oh. Is it using the trigger as the point to try to get to? That's interesting. Okay. Well, it's giving us a sword. Go. Cool. So, that seems to be working. Let me just pop over here. Go. Also gonna lower the music on my end on my earphones a little bit loud. Didn't do any difference for you guys. Shouldn't change anything. Okay. So we need to start off by spinning the attach point upside down. Rotation, I think it'll be -90. I think the blue arrow is actually what we want to pay attention to. So let us go into VR once more and see if that is the case. Hands. I was able to pick this up last time, so I shouldn't have a problem. There we go. And it has picked it up. Let me see where it's picking it up actually. So if I have my hand here, right? I pick it up. That's about the right place. It's a bit awkward, like how I'm holding it, because I would expect it to be pointing up like this. There we go. And it isn't. I'd also expect it to be like this. So it's a bit awkward with the VR controller. Okay. Let's play with it a little bit. Get it pointing in the right direction. So attach point. Or what I could do is change it in here, and did I know like what the rotation is for it, what it should take at least, and come back out. So let's just not maximize this. Put ourselves in scene view. I know you guys can't see right now. Okay, here you go. I'm going to go in VR. Slime is just wandering. Did I just hit my microphone? I did. Let's try not to do that. Now, you'd be able to see me moving stuff around. Yeah, you do. And if I change my attach point, what happens? Let's test that out while it's going, right? Can't see. Okay. How am I gonna do this? Out here. So I rotate this. It does kind of sort of follow it. All right. How am I gonna do this? Okay, I need to put this on the side here. Right. So I'm holding this, holding it upwards. Actually, that's pretty close to what I want. I think it would be rotated. Okay. Maybe? I want to slash this way? Or do I? Okay. Let's put this back to 0, 0, 0. And then we are going to upwards. Okay. Local pivot. Yep. That is correct. Okay, so -90, right? And then 90? Yeah. So now I'm holding it. Thing is that it has, like, my controller has a bit of an angle on it. I feel like it should be this, you know? little bit further away from me. Right? It also feels like it's too high up. Okie dokie. Minus 0.2. Negative is not the direction we want to go in. God, okay. 0.5? That look right? That does not look right. 1. Getting closer. 3. Nope. 2. Oh. Almost. 2. 2 is what we want. To feel like we're holding the sword properly. Yeah. Okay. These are what we want as information. Okay. So let's give this a little, just a little copy component. Turn this off. And now we want to go back to our sword and paste component values here. There we go. It's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird because it's like off center for the rotation, but it actually feels pretty good in game. Let's go with that. Cool. So we now have our mighty sword. Let us actually, you know what? I'll set it up in scene so I don't constantly have to pick it off the ground. Oh, that should do it. Now if it falls, it'll fall on that. Okay. Oh, I've hit my mic stand around a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now, we have our sword. We have our target dummy. So what we're going to do is a few tests, because I'm not actually sure how I'm going to do this, but what I want is to find out if there's a way to calculate the current velocity and or angular velocity. I know that the rigid body does have option for this. What I don't know is what happens when you pick it up. So we're going to figure this out together. Go back into VR for a moment. It's going to maximize. Let's not have it maximize, so that we can see all our stats at the same time. Oh, everything is turning. Stop turning. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's good. All right. So it is currently in my hand. And as we can see, the world's center of mass is changing. The position is changing. The rotation is changing. However, if we pay attention to the info in the rigid body, the velocity is staying at 0. And I assume that is because it is technically not moving compared to my hand at any given time. Okay, so that means we cannot use the rigid body to base ourselves off of to find out the velocity of the sword at any given moment. To be able to know if we're like swinging it at an enemy or a target dummy in our case. So we're going to have to do something a little funky, I think. I think we're going to have to add ourselves some sort of script that's going to essentially figure out the velocity. Okay. Let us create a script called swing velocity. Swing stats? Stats isn't really the word I'm looking for. Swing checker. Swing checker, swing manager, swing. Yeah, it's gonna be swing checker. I can't think of a better name. Thank you, Visual Studio, for opening up and keeping me from being able to select the script I just created to open up that script. Always appreciated. There we go. And we're in once again. Okay, so down the line, we may want to set it up so that it's only actually checking the swing velocity if you have it like in your hand. Right now, we're not going to care about that. So how am I going to do this? I am going to do, let's do something. I'm not sure if this is gonna work, but private float, no, vector 3. Underscore current position, and we're also going to have private vector 3 previous position, and then what I'm going to do is have just a public right down here, float move speed, yeah. Yeah. And move speed is going to equal to, can I do like vector 3 dot exclude forward angle back cross distance turns the distance between that it is a float. That might be good. Or yeah. Or is there like magnitude? What is magnitude? Let me just check. This is magnitude of a single vector. We do not. Ooh, that might actually be what I want. Okay. So let's try it with distance at first, just so that we know that like something's happening. We're going to do underscore previous position is going to equal current position. Nope. Is going to equal current position. Yep. And then underscore current position is going to equal transform dot position, right? And then our distance is going to be between previous position and current position. And I realize this isn't like proper force, but I don't care. I just want to see something happen. Cool. Let's just do that real quick. Go into game. I should set this to not maximize on play actually, because I'm going to want to see this full screens as I'm doing some testing. Yeah. Okay. More importantly, I'm going to want to actually put this script on my sword, which I realize now I forgot to do. Okay, swing checker will be here for now. Move speed, yeah. And now if I leave this and I go in here, we should see it tick for like half a oh no, we won't, because it's gonna maximize. Maximize once more. We do see it move. Okay, so quickly go in here. This is my left hand. I pick up my other hand. Yep, there we go. Here, oh, this is my... I'm gonna hit my microphone constantly. All right, I'm so sorry. Okay, so yeah, if we move it around now, we can actually see that between each tick, we are getting like the distance between both positions. Technically, this like not what we want because this is a blade. So what we want to measure, where's my other hand? Here we go. Is the speed at which the blade is moving, not like the speed at which the handle's moving. So if I do this, it should actually be harder than if I do this. But currently, this is actually moving faster than that. So I'm gonna want to put a point at the very tip, I think, to be able to check the speed. Yeah, let's do that. And also, before I forget once again, we're gonna go ahead, pull this out, and put this to unfocused once more, because we're going to want to see this today quite a bit. Okay, so that's the attachment point. We're going to go back in here, and we're going to have on sword empty, and this is going to be blade point. Sure, it's literally going to be the point of the blade. So let's put this over here. Put this right over attach point, and we're going to grab our swing checker. Copy component, remove it, and put it at the blade point right over here. Here we go. Paste new component here. Now when we swing around the blade is the actual thing, or at least the tip of the blade is the actual thing that is going to be like checking the speed. Now technically this is like just a float value between two ticks, which isn't the best. So maybe what I want to do instead is kind of even it out over a certain number of ticks. Or, okay, let me pull up Paint here and have a little think. So I have a few different options, right? Get my sword out. Bloop. Yeah. This is it. This is the sword. Perfect. So what I'm currently doing is checking the position, like if it moves from here to here in a single tick, right? It's checking the position at the first point and at the second point, and it's giving me the distance between these two, and that's what I'm using for this. And I'm fairly sure magnitude is actually what I want to use. Let me just double check with that. Magnitude unity. What is this again? Returns the length of this vector. Read only. Okay. The length of the vector is square root of x times y plus y times y plus z times z. If you need to compare magnitudes of some vectors, you can compare squared magnitudes using square magnitude. Computing square magnitude is faster. Sure. So the distance is just giving me the distance. The magnitude is giving me what exactly? Oh, I think I see what you're supposed to do with that. So what I would be doing is having like just use move speed over and over. No, I can't. Okay, let's have vector 3. Call it mag for now. I know that doesn't make sense. Just go with it. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. So we got mag here, and mag is going to be like current position minus the previous position. Is that something I can do? Yeah, that is something I can do. And then in here, instead of that, we're going to do like magnitude mag. but I can't. I just want to see the difference. I guess that's not going to help me if I do it this way. Okay, so let's have that, and let's do a debug log. I want to see the actual difference. They can be errors, sure. Errors are fun. Everybody loves errors. Here we go, and we're going to have the first one be movement speed. That's the magnitude way. And then beside it, we're going to have the other way. So vector 3 dot 0 1 dot right forward back angle between distance is what I wanted. So distance, and then previous position and current position. I want to see the difference between the magnitude way and distance way. Let's go back here. There we go. And go into console. And it's probably going to spam us. That's fine. We can deal with a bit of spam. Okay, right now it's 0 0 0 0. Let's just pause it for a second and go back to the top. So the very interesting. So distance and the way I did things with magnitude gives me the exact same thing. Okay. I guess distance is all we really want. We want to know how far it's gone in a single tick. The problem with that is that not all ticks will be the same depending on your computer. I guess we kind of want an average distance, right? Maybe? To have like a speed, you can have like a average distance. Yeah. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I haven't thought this through at all before I started, and I'm way too tired to like properly put any thought into it. So let's just have a private float like array, right? And it's going to be a AVG average speed or speed array, and it's going to equal a like float. I think this is, every time I try to make an array I forget how to do this. So is it like 32? Is that how you do it? New float 32? No? Yes, it looks like that is correct. Cool. So what we're going to do is we're constantly, every time we go into update, every time there's a tick, it's called every frame. Oh, really? If the mono behavior is enabled. It's every frame. Update. Fixed update. This function is called every fixed frame rate frame. Mono behavior. Oh. I was under the impression that they were on every tick. Unity update. Tick. Ticks and update rates. For multiplayer networking. Unity, how to correctly implement custom tick system. Time tick system. Implementing a fixed tick system. Could someone explain how to handle update ticks? How to tick. No, I want to know. Yeah. Okay, let's see this together. The example class starts with awake. Yeah, the game object class has an active self set on frame. When When active self set to true on start, an update function will be called, causing the example class to run. Take start up. Called every frame. Oregon function every second. Android SDK and editor prefab. Every tick. Ticks and update rates. Every player is affected by a certain. I think I'm correct, and it's not actually every frame. But the documentation does say every frame. Okay, well, you know what? Update. Let's not worry about that. Let's not worry about that. So, yeah, apparently it's every frame. That doesn't seem right to me, but it doesn't change much for what we're doing, now that I think of it. So, the idea is that we're going to fill in our speed array on every update. And then, so every update we add a new, like, current, we won't use magnitude, we'll use distance, current distance to it. And then after that, once it is full at least once, it's going to do an average of all the things in here. And then we'll have like an average speed. It's throwing me off though that it is apparently on every frame and not on every tick. Does anybody know anything about that actually? Like, am I being dumb? Is it always been update on every frame specifically? So like if your frame rate drops, it's going into update slower? I always thought that frames and update ticks were two completely separate things. No. Okay, so let's do that. Speed array. We poop in distances into the array, and then after that, we're going to average them out. Ooh. Let's do a test. Is there like an easy thing for arrays? Dot average? No. Okay, and other thing I want to check, if we use a list instead of an array, right? Does it have anything for us? Float. And the Bob equals new, yep. Bob dot bridge? No, it doesn't. Okay. Let's see. In mathf, is there anything that I don't have to actually actually do myself? Average of array. Sure. Find the average of an array. Yep. Now I know how to do it. Yeah, you do a for loop. Sum is then, and then you divide it by that. Just wondering if there's like a, I don't have to do a for loop every update. Zero. An array initializer of length 30 is expected. Is there not a way to just put it once if I want everything to be exactly the same? don't want to have to write 0 30 times. All right. All right, I guess I won't really have a choice. So, array declare all same value. Assigning the same value to an array. Yeah. Looks fine to me. Equals 0. Oh. No. Okay. So they actually do it by hand and do that. I could have sworn there was like an easier way to do that and just fill it all up. Alright, well. Don't worry about it. Cool. Let's go back to my YouTube page so I can see if anybody decides to say anything tonight. I'm all alone. I know there's people there. Just very quiet chat. If you're in chat and feel particularly alive tonight, feel free to, type something into comments. Just give me a sign of life. That'd be greatly appreciated. Cool. So we have our speed array here, and we're also gonna have a private int, and we're going to call it index because I can't think of a better name right now. Cool. Move speed equals blah 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 blah, and move speed will be equal to the average of all these things. What we're going to be doing is filling up our list at first. So on awake, not on start. There we go. There we go. On awake, what we're going to do is we're going to fill this up, our speed array. We'll give it a little for loop. So for int I equals 0. I is smaller than 30. I'm just going to do this by hand. And I++, of course. And then in here, we're going to do speed array I equals 0. Just fill it up with 0 right now. I think that's absolutely fine. And then once we're in here, we'll at least have something that's filled with zeros. Our index is starting out at 0. And at the very end, we're going to do index plus so that goes up. Oh, actually, you know what? Index is going to equal is index. Did I actually call it index without an underscore? Here we go. Let's give it an underscore. Perfect. We're also going to put an underscore over here. So index is going to be index. Is it smaller than 30? Right? And question mark. And if it is smaller than 30, we're going to do index plus. And otherwise, we're going to set it to 0. So at the end of the update, it's going to either increment up or it's going to bring us back to 0. Perfect. We are going to take this out. Put it here. And remove all of this. Stay there, you. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I know you don't do anything. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get rid of this. So we're going to set our previous position. Set our current position. I'm actually surprised this isn't giving me an error because I'm calling it before declaring it. Let's go ahead and in awake, why not, equals transform.position. And then we can actually do this. This is fine. We don't have to set previous position because it's going to get done first. So you get into update. Previous position is going to be equal the current position. The current position is going to equal whatever the new position is on this frame, apparently. And then after that, what we're going to do is we're going to change the current speed array index to equal our distance calculation, right? So we're going to grab the current distance between those two vectors, and then we're going to iterate through the speed array, adding everything together, and divided by the number 30, which is the total number of things that are in the array. And that should give us like an average speed within 30 frames. I'm still saying just update. The fact that it's saying called every frame instead of every tick is throwing me off. Whatever. No matter what, it should be fine. It'll work. It'll work no matter what. It's either going ridiculously fast, which is what I think it is, or it's going to be about like half a second? Am I running on 60 frames per second? No, I think it's 120 or something. Don't worry about it. Okay, so a little for loop here. So let's use movement speed because it is public. So movement speed equals 0 first off. And then for int I equals 0, I is smaller than 30, I plus plus. There we go. We are going to go through every single one of these. So we're going to have movement speed. Whoops. Whoa. Movement speed. Move speed, sorry, is going to plus equals the current index that we're on, except not index, this time it actually is I. So we're plus equaling that. And then once this is done, our move speed will equal move speed divided by 30. And I keep writing the number 30 and I'm not liking it. So what I'm going to do is do private int, and actually, you know what? Const int, and we're going to call this speed average iterations equals 30. I don't like this name. Num average. Let's call it average. Here we go. Average it is. And I cannot change this, I think. Oh yeah, because it's constant I can? Cool. And there we go. There we go. There we go. And then we're not going to get it mixed up down the line. It's always 30. All right, so on the first update, it's going to set the previous position to what it was previously. It's going to update what the current position is. It's going to add in the speed array at the current index the current distance between those 2 points. It sets move speed to 0. It goes through every single speed array, distance, adds it to it, and then it divides itself by the number on average, and that should give us an average speed on whatever we put here. And then finally, we're checking if we're above the average. If it is, we go back to 0 for the index. If it isn't, we just add 1 to the index. So that should give us something a little bit off-put. Like, it won't update as quickly, but it should give us something that doesn't fluctuate quite as quickly. All right, let's test that. So blade point, swing, move speed, we see it right here. If we go back over here, we should be able to select our blade point and check our move speed. There we go. And we're going into VR. Ow. Everything's fine. One day I'm going to want a VR headset that doesn't have all the cables, but I don't know if they're as good, or at least if the ones that I can afford are as good as the one I currently have now. Is it not? Oh no. I may have crashed. The good news about that is that everything was done in script and in the prefab, so it's all saved what we've just currently done. I haven't actually lost anything. I'll give it a minute. But I think I'm not even in VR seeing like it's loading, so I think it just crashed. Yeah, I said I'd give it a minute, and then I'm instantly like telling it to go to sleep. Don't worry about it, Unity. Don't worry about it. Oh, Steam VR has critical error. Cool. There we go. Load this back up. Something else I could have done is have the movement speed kind of lerp to whatever the distance currently is. So it would like have more of a curve to it. Let's see if this, what I've done now, gives us something a little bit more manageable, which it should. And if it doesn't, well, you know, screw it. I'll do my second idea. Cool. So let's select the sword, yes. Blade point so that we can see this. It has forgotten that we have this set up. It's probably forgotten that we want this. No, unfocused is fine. Here we go. Here we go. Give it a little save. And try loading it once more. Let's see. Busy. Loading script assemblies. That doesn't look the most promising, considering I'm not seeing it load in VR. Oh, it's doing stuff again. There is the possibility that this script I've just created is causing this to crash. In which I may do things very differently. Not saying, not responding. Okay, let's give it a test. So if I go back to, where is my hub? Hubbada. Go back into here. It's saying that I'm using an incredible amount of power for the VR stuff. Interesting. Is Team VR freaking out? Is that what's happening? Using up a lot of GPU as well. Like 50-60% of the GPU. let us end task for Steam VR. No, we're quitting Steam VR. Okay. Give it a moment. I'm going to click on play once more. But first, just set up the screen a little bit. I select the sword, yeah. Blade point so I can see this. Now if I click on play, it should be starting up Steam VR. Steam VR is loading. I can see the VR world. I can see my controllers. I'm going to home apparently. Oh, it is loading. And okay, it's somehow disjointed this in Steam VR. Okay, so if I play now again, is it going to actually load? Otherwise, this may not be the best for my VR stream. Yeah, it's not loading. Okay. Okay. Well, this is fun. Let us... Let's go over here. Unity editor, not responding. Let's close that. We are going to go ahead and quit Steam VR. And we're going to try reopening the game. Game engine. And then that's essentially what we just did though. Okay, let's open up Steam. No, not there. Go over to Steam. There's an update for VR chat. Wonderful. Let's launch Steam VR. He says hopefully. I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys what I'm seeing. At the very least, you'll be able to see something. Apparently the center of my room is there. I don't think it is. I don't think that's the center of my room at all. Okay. Is there an update to Steam VR that's currently screwing everything over? That's possible. Oh. Do I have to do something maybe? Okay, so if I do this, want me to stream some Fallout? I could do that. Is there a way to go back to or library VR chat tabletop simulator? Yes, please. Let's just see what it does in Steam VR, and then if I can actually load something, I'll go back to Unity. Maybe there was an update and it broke and everything, but like it was working at the start of the stream, so I don't know what's up. Next up, tabletop simulator. Oh. Okay. I could like click. Oh, this is right. Going in. I do see in VR. Kraken table. Get a little bit of D&D. Right. Okay. Loading. Complete. Oh, I'm at the table. Oh, this would be fun. You know, I've been playing D&D with some friends. This would be fun. I could like do stuff. All right, all right. However, this isn't what I'm here for. Right, so this is working. We are able to do this. I'm realizing that the like world, usually there's home world and it isn't loading. Here it is. There it is. We have home world. Right? Ooh. Ooh, I like this. I've never actually moved around in this world. Go up here and do my meditation and thing. Here. Oh. Okay. Hit the microphone. Okay, well this... My controller dying or something? Alright, it is working though, which is what I wanted. Soft view? Here we go. So, if I just click on play, what happens? It's had loads of time to load. We've seen that it is working in VR. Reloading script assemblies though. That is the message it kept giving me every time I had to crash it. Okay. So it is maybe the script that is causing this. I am willing to test that. Let's go back into here. Oh my gosh. I just realized. Oh, interesting. Okay. Hello, Tian. I've just now realized that YouTube isn't actually showing me all the messages, so maybe I've missed some. Yeah, look at this. Hey, what's in cheeseburger AK-47? As a 3D animator, I'm the best reference for programmation. You don't see my messages? Well, I'm going to bring the TomTom outside. I'm so sorry I missed them. No, I wasn't seeing them at all. Oh. Though. But I'll write a message. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I don't see your messages at all. I've just sent a message. Can I see my own message? No, look at this top chat. What is this? Live chat. Interesting. Okay, so that's not actually the same thing. Alright, memo to self. Make sure live chat is set up next time. Alright, so player inventory. Not what I want. I want my sword again. Here. We're going to turn this off. We're going to test... You know what? Remove. We're going to test if that's what's doing it. I am fully ready to believe that that is a possibility, because it was working up to this point. So maybe my script, maybe I haven't thought something through and it's like, it's freaking out. It doesn't look like it is though. I'm getting the message again. Reload script assemblies. It's doing something. Oh, that's so frustrating. I may have to turn the PC off and back on or something for it to work properly. It is 8:16 at this time. I think we've established that the swing checker isn't actually the thing that's causing this to crash. I'm gonna give it to 3 minutes. I'm gonna give it a good wait. And if that doesn't work, I'm out of ideas because Like it's not busting anything on this. It's just telling me that it's not doing anything. All right. What could be maybe causing this? Let's do some debugging. Like it did load one time when it wasn't trying to connect to the VR, so I don't know. I don't know. Unity editor. Yeah, it's dead. It's full on dead. Here we go. I would like my notepad to be up once more. And going here. This is really frustrating, but it is part of developing something. Like sometimes your workspace just doesn't want to cooperate. Source control, yeah, be fine. Maybe I'll have a Fallout 4 stream. Would that be something people would be interested in? A lot easier for me to do on a Tuesday evening. Just play video games and stream it, yeah. No attempting to do programming. Cheeseburger AK-47. I legit don't know what you're talking about. It's in. I know you're no longer here, but like maybe you'll see this at a certain later point. I don't know. What kind of errors do I have? Reduce additional functional light shadows reduction. Same frame, okay. What else do we have? Bottom left neighbor is different resolution. Okay, so let's test it out. Go here, go here. No, they're not. House area. Continuous global illumination. What? Why is this one randomly? Okay. I think it's because I was doing tests at one point. Okay, so 513, 512, 513, 512, 10. Do a quick check. Are these all okay? I can't actually do that. Go. Let's just assume everything is fine. That's always the best solution I find. We don't no longer have one of the errors. Okay. Let's get this debug out of the way. I don't think this is what's causing it. I'm gonna say it now because like it has loaded at least once, but while we're here, project settings, light probes, static emissives. Cool. Reduction additional punctuated light shadow resolution by 16. Make 36 shadow maps fit. To avoid this, increase shadow atlas size, decrease big shadow resolution, blah blah blah. Light explorer. It's not what I want. I want like rendering lighting. Let's bring this up here so we have access to it. Environment, perhaps. Fog. Okay. Real-time light mapping, bait light mapping, scene. Everything seems to be pretty much set to defaults. I don't actually know what this is about. Alright, well. The click on play and see if it acts differently? Who knows? No, I'm not seeing anything in the VR. Yeah, and I got the whole script assemblies thing once more. Damn. And we did test to see if it was like the script I had just added. All right, let's kill it. Let's bring it back. But I think this is gonna have to be it for tonight because no, it's not. Or is it already opening? Oh, maybe it is. Okay. Because things are not cooperating best. Let's just double check that my sword does in fact have the script off. Blade point. It isn't there. This is not a thing. Does not exist. Game play unfocused. Yeah, it shouldn't even be doing that. Cool. Right. Steamtours.exe. What is that? Oh, is that the home menu thingy? Okay. I tried turning that off. Let's see if there's any difference. I don't expect it. I think this is gonna crash. Oh! Oh! It's loading. Okay. Not in VR though. The heck? So if I don't try to connect with VR, whatever I did is working. If I put the blade point back on, just do a Steam Tours is back. Very high power usage. Fly. Okay. Plastic. Just do a little check-in. Check-in anyway. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. And now we click. And will it work now? Oh. Oh. I don't know what I did differently, but it might actually be working now. It says next up 300 years. However, I did see before putting the headset on that what you guys are seeing is something that's actually running. Okay, so just so that we're all on the same page, you guys are seeing that the scene is working, yeah, and I am seeing that it's next up. So if I turn it off now, it does seem to have like understood that it's supposed to be connecting. I don't know why it isn't though. Right? And I click play again. Will it work now? Or will it be forever next up 300 years? What are you seeing? You guys are seeing... Oh wait, what if I do this? There we go. Okay, okay. I have no idea why it was crashing, but we are back. Here we go. Okay, so we can stop this. And if... Let's do a little test. If I click on play again, it should load. It is loading. Okay, okay. And we're in VR. Good. Now, if I... Point. Damn, what did I call it? Items. If I have this swing checker on it, I click on play now, does it crash? No. No, it's loading. No idea. No idea why it was working, then it wasn't working. I'm realizing the slime, it's a good effect on a computer screen. In VR, it really does look exactly what it is, in that it's just like inverted mesh. Why am I missing a hand? I just hit the mic again. Okay. Well, I can't. Oh, hello. There we go. I can pick this up. And as I'm swiping, oh, look at this. Kind of goes down to 0. And then if I do that, ha, 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 ha. If I do this really fast, it goes up. That's not quite what I want. Okay. So all of that, only to now find out like this doesn't actually do what I want it to do. So what my hope was, let's go back to the swing checker there. What my hope was, apparently I'm using 100% of my CPU right now. Microsoft Visual Studio is ridiculously heavy? What? How is my IDE taking up like 30-40% of my... No, it's gone down now. Okay, maybe it was just on loading. Cool. What my hope was is that doing this average would give me a nice less severe like spike, I guess. But it isn't reacting the way I would want it to. So my new idea is that I'm going to have move speed constantly attempt to reach the distance of the current distance between the last 2 points, and it's going to be a little bit slower. So a little bit like how my hungry orb, it follows the hand, but it's a little bit slower than the hand. I'm gonna do that, but with the move speed, so that instead of like spiking to potentially like a whole meter in a single tick, it's going to always be a little bit behind it. So it's going to try to go there and then slow back down and kind of average out. I should give myself some in-game visuals, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Because this is great, having the inspector on the side with the move speed. But it's not something I can actually see in game. All right, so what I'm going to do is what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into swing checker just for debug reasons, have a little serialize field of a GUI. I don't think I have access to it unless I'm pro dot UI. Yeah, okay, I can do it this way. So I have a reference to a GUI text box, Let's stick with our naming convention, so text box as such, and the text box is going to always show us move speed dot text equals move speed, right? This is a float, that's fine. Let's have to do it this way. That's fine. It's not important. Okay, so if I go back to here, let that load. And I should have a new box here, right? Text box. And now on my left hand, I could just add a text box. Player inventory. No, XR rig, yes. Would like an XR rig. Left hand controller, and on this we'll have a little UI X Mesh Pro speed, right? No, this is going to be a world space canvas. We're going to bring it down to like 0.1, sure. We're going to reset its stuff. 0.1. Yeah, this is still enormous. Let's have it 0.01, 0.01, 0.01. Right, that's a little bit better. How big is the square? It's still pretty big. Okay, let's bring this down to like 1. There we go, that's smaller. Way too small, but still smaller. 10. There we go. And we can have this off the left hand, and in here we'll have this down much smaller size. 1. Sure. Center everything. It's over the left hand. Cool. And now if we go to sword blade, we can just grab this, put it on, and then in VR, I will have an idea of what the heck it currently is. So let's take a look in VR with what it currently is at. And then stuff. Then we'll do stuff. We'll take a look. Is this going to crash? It is not. Sure. Sure, Unity. I don't know what was derping there, if it was Steam VR, if it was Unity. Oh. Hand is up here. There we go. Why is it having so much trouble getting to... So, numbers. Look at this, it's going crazy right now. Oh, it's because... So, I'm swinging... This is something I don't like in Unity. If I put it down for a second, it goes down to 0 eventually, but right before it does this thing where it's like there's an E and some more numbers. And it means that it's like in the exponential it's in the ridiculously small amounts of numbers. 0.0 literal, but not quite, but it actually makes it very hard. Okay, my hand disappeared again. So this is and the craziest part is like light's still on for my left hand. I don't know why it's doing this. Cool. So what I did kind of sort of works. I have a feeling though 30 isn't enough. So let's go in here and make this like 120. So it's going to be the average of that second. And see if this crashes it. Hold on, thank you very much. We're going to go in now. And we are indeed loading this time. And operate hand. Where am I in this room? It should be seen by both. Should be seen by both controllers. Not both controllers. I'm not sure why it's not reacting. I kind of need both hands right now. There we go. I turned it off. So this hand is still on. Now if I turn it back on, right? Yeah, I heard you bleep. Hang off. So. Ooh. There. Alrighty. Okay, I don't know what's happening with my VR headset setup tonight. As you can see, the other hand is just not responding now. So at first we weren't able to load a scene at all from Unity, and now we've lost our hand to be able to test stuff with. Alright, I am going to sadly call it here for tonight. That's enough fighting with my setup for one night. If anybody lasted this long, despite all the issues that we've had, thank you for dropping by and listening, and I'll try to get this fixed before next week.